I have Keenan Allen at 10.
And I got Keenan Allen at 9.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the main thing then, I have Davante at 6. You have him at 10. I don't have Cooper on my list.
And I have Cooper on my list.
So you're taking Cooper over Davante.
Well, this is the thing. So, no, both are on my list, but the reason why Cooper is higher is more so based off of last year's success. Now, we both know if you go body of work, you can make the debate for either or. But when I look at last year, I look at Amari Cooper. He still crossed that 1,000-yard threshold. He still was able to perform at a high level. Now, granted, Davante, he fell short of the 1,000 yards. But I'll say this, though.
Hurt. 12 games.
I don't care about that.
12
I don't
games.
care about that. You were out there, right? But I'll say this, though. Quarterback play is the deal breaker for me. Aaron Rodgers versus Dak Prescott. Which quarterback you taking?
True. Yeah, you're taking Rodgers.
Yeah. So that's my thing, man. I'm like, if I'm going to do this thing, and I know some people didn't play the full season, some people did. I got all that. But at the end of the day, you got to finish. Sometimes that's a part of it. We know that. And at the same time, I'm like, hey, if he's doing this, or they both would have still been on par around the same area from a yardage standpoint, one's doing it with Dak Prescott. One's doing it with Aaron Rodgers. That's my vibe, man.
That's tough.
And in Green Bay, they're going to throw the ball more. We know. Now, granted, Aaron Jones had a big year last year.
Yeah, but no, Dak threw for 4,900 yards in terms of throwing a lot.
And you said, and we both said that's an outlier for Dak, though, right? Dak's not going to be a 4,900-yard passer every year.
I think so. I think he's going to throw for over 4,000.
No, throwing for over 4,000. He was flirting with 5,000 pass yards last year. That's different.
The problem is with Cooper, in my opinion, I think there's a legitimate discussion of who could become the number one this year, or at least have more production between him and Gallup, and now you have CeeDee Lamb in the mix too. Yeah. I think with Davante, like, he's the guy.
He is the guy. Without a doubt.
He's the guy. The problem is they don't have that other talent that the Cowboys have up there in Green Bay.
Yeah.
I just like Davante's. You look 3 of the past 4 years, double-digit touchdowns. And then his monster year was 2018 with over the 1,300 yards and 13 touchdowns. And even though last year you could say he fell short, that was only in 12 games. He had 997 yards.
He was still balling out. He was going to be 1,000. He was going to be 12,
I know that would have been like 1,300 yards right there. I think if you look at Cooper's stats, last year was his best year for him. I don't know if he's going to go over that. He had like 1,200 yards, like 8 touchdowns.
Over that though? See, I think he will, because now it's still going to be a lot more stable situation. And I'm still taking Dak Prescott over Carr. So I'm looking at this like it's going to be better for him. And you got to think about this. Last year, he was still going to be getting a ton of attention, right? This year is going to be a little bit different for him, obviously, with the addition of CeeDee Lamb out there as well. Now you have multiple options. So you can't just say we're going to focus all our coverage over here. And that's the thing that I think is going to benefit him the most. And you still have Zeke, who's going to get his touches. We know this.
I think, this is a make or break year for Cooper in terms of is he in that upper echelon.
See, I don't think that, man. I think he's already proven that he's there,
He's
man.
never had over 1,200 yards in his career. His high in receptions is 83 receptions and 16. I don't see those gaudy numbers like some of these other dudes are putting up.
Yeah, but some of these other dudes, when we talk about these other dudes and these other quarterbacks they're playing with, that is a major issue. Who's Amari had?
Yeah, I don't know. You could say the same thing about Evans and Hopkins, though, too. I think he's had a lot of opportunities. So this is my thing, though.
So you say with Evans and Hopkins definitely has had Deshaun Watson, right?
He was still putting up numbers with
he was. But Deshaun Watson, Mark Cooper has never played with anyone remotely. You could make it. I'm sure people will make a debate about Dak. Is he in that range with Deshaun Watson? I'm personally taking Deshaun Watson over Dak. Then when we talk about Mike Evans, Jameis Winston, from a career standpoint, he's been more productive than a Carr. So that's my other thing. I'm just like, Mark Cooper's had a terrible situation at quarterback, man, in terms of where he was at in Oakland and now what he's doing with Dak. I mean, you're hoping that Dak can prove that he's an elite quarterback, but people still debate that, even with him coming off of the year that he had last year.
I don't know. I just think the opportunities are there for him. He hasn't really taken it. Like, I think him being the main guy with Oakland and even him being the main guy with Dallas and the amount of times that Dak is throwing the ball, I don't know. I just think his numbers should be. I just think his numbers should be a little better. Yeah, he's producing. Like I got him in my top 15 or whatever. Yeah. I just don't. I don't got him in my top 10 right now. Okay. I just don't.
Yeah, because that's my thing. I'm like, you talk about the amount of time Dak throws the ball. You watch Dak throw the ball. Dak ain't slinging that thing like an Aaron Rodgers. Dak ain't slinging it like a Breeze. Dak's not slinging it like a Big Ben. It's different, and a lot of times, even with Cooper, he's taking something that probably with some weak stuff, and he's taking it to the house. We've seen it. We've definitely seen it.
Was it Thanksgiving?
Yeah, we've seen it, man.
A really good Thanksgiving game.
But he'll take a pass that, it was a 7-yard pass, and he just went 30 on it. We've seen him do that. That's what Cooper does. Cooper can make something that's below average look great. So that's why I think even people still debate whether or not Dak's numbers are really him or if it's kind of inflated because of what Cooper can do after the catch.
Are his numbers inflated? We'll see this year. Like I said, I think he's going to throw for over 4,000, but I think we know what Dak is. Like we know the type of quarterback he is. Like no matter how many yards he throws for, how many touchdowns, it's like, can I count on this dude compared to, some of these, the top 7 or 8, top 6 quarterbacks, and I just don't have that feeling with him. We've talked about this. I got him at top 13 or something. So he's just outside my top 10 looking in.